Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We're continuing our focus, looking ahead of the forthcoming general elections. Honorable Solomon Adeola joins us now. He's the Chairman House Committee on Public Accounts and the APC Senatorial Candidate for Lagos West District. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Well, the card readers have been tested now in that mock accreditation, as INEC calls it. And you were also, I'm sure you've taken a look at what happened. What did you notice for this card reader test?
Well, thank you, Chamberlain. As you are all aware that there have been a lot of issues surrounding the use of card readers, and there are some school of thought that believes for us to have a credible election that will be generally acceptable to the generality of Nigerians, there is need for us to use a card reader. And there is another school of thought that believes that the card reader has not been tested, and putting it to use at this point in time will only create more problems. But the Independent National Electoral Commission, the body that has been saddled with the responsibility to conduct election in this country, has stick to their gun and said for them to conduct a free and fair and credible election come March 28 and April 11, there is need for them to use the card reader. And you see, one surprising thing that I ask myself is this: how do we get to this point? Because before the Independent National Electoral Commission we embark on this journey, I know everybody that needs to know as far as government is concerned, from the #1 citizen even to the National Assembly, will have been briefed. Because upon this, the Independent National Electoral Commission will present their budgets, because they're on first line charge against the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the country. They will present their budgets, and right inside that budget there will be purchase of card readers. And having done that, there will have been some activities that will have been at least carried out leading to this particular process. Now, at one point, when the issue of PVC was an issue, people not having accessibility to their PVC, there are some school of thought that believes, why can't we use our TVCs? And there was a public outcry that why the TVC? The TVC is thing of the past. We now have a PVC, and we need to use the PVC, and it is only the PVC we can have a credible election.
But isn't it true that it was your party that first moved that motion on the floor of the House about using the TVC?
It was my party, and it was predicated upon of the fact that as at that time, if you look at the distribution of that PVC at that point in time, was at its lowest to compare with what we currently have. And at that point, we are of the opinion that the election is just around the corner, and it was in December. We said, well, if as at today, we are not having the PVC that we are going to be using to vote come February 14, then there is need for us to have an alternative process to do this, to carry out, to vote. And at the end of the day, we all agree that, well, if INEC will not be able to provide the PVC, why can't we use the TVC? And INEC came out and said, no, that before February 14, there will be enough PVC that will go around before February 14.
And here we are today. We have another 2-week extension for people to pick up the
PVC.
PVC.
As at the last count, INEC has come out to say that they have distributed 80% of the PVC. We are left with 20%. And I don't want to go into statistics now, because if we go into statistics, the question is, what is the total number of voters in 2011, both for the presidential, the states, and everything? So if we start going to statistics and into details, we'll find out that if 80% PVC has been distributed to date, I would say INEC has done well. And the remaining 20%, they've extended for another 2 weeks. And the question is, in some police station where INEC or the ward collating center where INEC staffs have been, you'll find out that the electorate are not coming out to collect their cards.
But you know that the campaign for the 2011 elections and the campaign you're witnessing now is not the same?
Definitely.
Times have changed.
Times have changed. And because the level of awareness is on the rise. And it's good for this country because there is need for us to vote out the bad leaders and vote in the good ones. And until we start using our tongue to do this, Nigeria will not change. And that is the need for us to be. That's why I'm happy about the level of awareness which we are currently experiencing as far as this election is concerned. There are some school of thought that believe in change. There are some school of thought that believe in continuity. And the two processes has to be defended. And that's what we are doing now. And that is why we are saying, let us make this campaign more of issues-based than attacking personality. Because it is only that we can move this country forward.
We'll come back to the matter of issue-based campaign, but specifically, your senatorial district is one of those that have always complained concerning, well, PVCs. And maybe you can tell us what you think about collection ratio or level in that particular area. Specifically, people around Alimosho, time and again, they had issues collecting their PVCs. So as we speak now, since INEC is saying a whole lot of people have collected theirs, and what is left are those people that have refused or maybe that haven't actually come forward to pick them up. What's the gist from your locality or from your district concerning the collection of the PVC?
Yeah, thank you, Sulaiman. I can say this. As far as Alimosho is concerned, we are now on 75, 76% collection of PVC. And compared to what we had about a month or two ago, I think we are working hard to ensure that every eligible voters have access to their PVC. And at the end of the day, if there will not be 100% collection, it will be as a result of those who have moved out of the local government or as a result of death or all other unforeseen circumstances. That is why we will not be having 100% collection as far as the local government is concerned. And as for Independent National Electoral Commission, I know as far as availability of PVC to Alimosho local government is concerned, we're about 90% of the PVC has been released by Independent National Electoral Commission, and that is why I can say convincingly that 75% of the PVC has been collected as far as Alimosho is concerned. And talking about my senatorial district, I think we are not doing bad. The only local government where there is challenges and which we are working hard to ensure that we go on a sensitization campaign to educate the voters why they need to collect their PVC. It's only Ifakojayi local government, and I think the people in position of authority in that local government are working so hard to ensure that at least for once we can get to as much as 70–75% collection as far as the local government is concerned. So by and large, as far as collection of PVC is concerned in my senatorial district, we are not doing bad. And Alimosho specifically, as you have mentioned, it is the biggest local government in Nigeria in terms of population. And I can say this, and that is where you see we have the highest number of votes as far as Lagos State is concerned. And don't forget, the senatorial district is about 58% of the entire Lagos, with an estimated population of about 13.1 million population. That is the Lagos State. It's half of Lagos. In terms of the local government, we have 10 local government. In terms of the LCDA, we have 28 LCDA. So Lagos West is half of Lagos. And as such, it's a very, very important senatorial district to Lagos and to my party as well. And as such, we are not leaving any stone unturned to ensure that all eligible voters have access to their PVC, and their PVC is delivered to them by Independent National Electoral Commission.
Well, we asked, Chamberlain specifically asked Mrs. Ikoku concerning non-violence campaign towards this particular election. And, well, we're lucky having you here because we had your other, your challenger, who is of the PDP here, and we talked about a particular incident. We want to know how both of you have been able to, well, put your supporters in check, because the issue concerning guns, bullets, and shots being fired during rallies or campaigns must be addressed now that we're getting very close to this particular election. Now that you're here, tell us and tell the people what exactly, well, you have been able to do concerning this campaign that everyone must sheathe their swords and make it an issue-based affair.
Yes, Suleiman, once more I want to thank you, and let me start by saying that it's rather unfortunate that the people we are asking for their votes are the same people that have been subjected to all forms of violence. Because I'm of the firm belief that representation is about the people, and the seat we are vying for is meant for everybody. But it's just that we have just been given the opportunity to represent these people at this level. The last 12 years of my life has been the business of legislature. I have had the opportunity of representing Limoshaw State Constituency 02 and the State Assembly for 8 years before moving to the Federal House of Reps, where I currently chair the Committee on Public Account of the House. And I believe I'm a chartered accountant by profession, a fellow of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, and also a chartered member of the Institute of Taxation of Nigeria. And I am a former staff of the Guardian newspaper for 10 years. I look at my upbringing and what I've done, and I believe that I'm in this position today is by the grace of God. And looking at my past record and what I've done in the past years, I believe that violence is never part of me, and it will never be part of me. I have toured the 10 local government which I'm representing. I've moved length and breadth of the local government. And part of what I've ensured is this. For once, I am not interested in violence. Because these are people who are going out there on election day to spend the whole day starting from 7 o'clock to 7 in the evening on my behalf and cast their vote for me. So why will I subject them to any form of terror? And you can go to the past record of my other contestant who is in the PDP. In 2011, when we both contested for this current seat in which I'm occupying, if you go into record and into archives, it was at the final collation center. He was arrested with a pistol by the police. The records are there. He was taken to the Air Force police headquarters in Ikeja, where he was detained. It takes, I think, about 48 hours later, he was released, and the pistol was seized by the Nigerian police. So when he came on board, this 2011, the only way you could, if you look at the kind of campaign we are running in APC, you will know we are definitely preaching a non-violence-free election, because we believe we should not subject the people of Lagos or Lagos West to any form of terror.